This year, Universal Studios' Halloween Horror Nights featured a maze based off of The Shining. But did you know that this wasn't Universal's first attempt to create an attraction featuring the IPs of Stephen King? Universal Studios is no stranger to horror. The Hollywood location features a year-round haunted house, as well as the fantastically corny horror makeup show. But it wasn't always that way, and the company felt the pressure because of it. Between the Haunted Mansion and the Alien franchise, Disney was owning the horror market in their parks. Universal, the more adult amusement park, noticed the lack of real scares and decided they would try and implement a horrifying attraction. During the development of Universal's sister park, Islands of Adventure in 1996, park executives grew anxious that the draw of the new park would take away crowds from the parent park. Due to this, Universal began the Millennium Project, which was an attempt to capitalize on a more adult attraction that would be wildly different than any of the experiences at Disney or at Islands of Adventure. Instead of basing it off of any of their own celebrated IPs like Dracula or Frankenstein, they instead chose to turn their sights to Stephen King, who had found success in both literature and film. With books like It, The Shining, Carrie, Christine, and Cujo, there was really no shortage of standout scenes to present throughout the attraction. One of the standout scenes was to feature the Overlook Hotel and the bloody elevators. The elevators would open up and blood would come rushing down towards the guests in maniacal fashion. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, they thought that wasn't okay for, kids and families. So that was scrapped. If you are curious how that scene would have played out, the earthquake ride, or disaster rather, features an exact same scene with water instead of blood, so that's a way to check that out. There was also a planned scene where Pennywise derails the ride, a moment that would later be adapted for The Mummy.
We hope you enjoyed your ride. Please remain seated and keep your arms and legs.
Prepare to forfeit your souls.
And I swear to God, if any of you insult my boy Brendan Fraser or the ride The Mummy ever again, Details are scarce, but moments like the prom scene in Carrie would have surely made an appearance as well. In the end, the ride was deemed too scary and was scrapped to make room for Men in Black Alien Attack. But I personally feel like this was a major missed opportunity in not creating the attraction. With rides like Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, Jurassic Park, and Jaws.
Hey, Tube, Pixel JD here, and I have some sad information for you. Universal Studios Orlando will be closing down the Jaws ride on January 2nd, 2012.
Universal has certainly become accustomed to creating frightening experiences. With Stephen King's resurgence of fame, I personally feel now would be a perfect time to resurrect the old concept.
You should have heard this crowd. Did you hear them when I announced that you're going to be here tonight? They screamed like they had been stabbed.
Yeah, it was great.
But with pleasure.
Every island in Islands of Adventure is based off of a series of literature, so a Stephen King area would seemingly fit right in. And I mean, there's a lost continent, which in itself is a lost land that just needs to go. It's brutal. Why is it still there? With areas like the Marston House, the Overlook Hotel, the Shawshank Penitentiary, the sewers of Derry, there is more than enough to create Stephen King's twisted version of Maine. Hulu is currently developing a new series in partnership with J.J. Abrams' Bad Robot titled Castle Rock, which links all the stories into one coherent show. If the show ends up becoming a hit, the idea would be a no-brainer. With Universal's newfound partnership with Stephen King through the Shining House, who knows, maybe there is a possibility that the once-canceled ride may surface. Until then, it's only hope.